Hi guys, welcome back to Coco Budgets. In today's video, I will be showing you how to do the paycheck to paycheck budgeting system. This is what I'll be using throughout the year 2022, and I'm going to basically show you how to complete the template, how to complete the sheet, and how the system actually works. I got this sheet and actually got a bundle from Etsy. I'll see if I can link her shop down below. And I bought the digital version, so I just print them off as and when I need them. So with the paycheck to paycheck budgeting system, you basically budget based upon your paycheck, okay? Once you've budgeted your paycheck, you can then decide if you're going to do weekly stuffings, monthly stuffings, bi-weekly stuffings. I'm just going to do an example. This is not based upon my actual income. It's not based upon my actual revenue and everything like that. This is just me showing you how the system works and how to complete the sheet, because at first I myself was quite confused. Then I watched a few videos, then I understood how they did each of the different sections. So just quick overview of the sheet. It says paycheck budget at the top. You can write the month you're budgeting for, the paycheck date. Top left, you have your income source. So you can write down all of your streams of income, budget and actual. So for budget and actual, what that basically means is sometimes for some streams of income, you don't know exactly how much you're going to get when you get paid. So in particular, people that work hourly jobs where you're paid hourly, and perhaps if you do overtime or time and a half, you may not know the exact number or the exact amount you're going to get. Whereas for some people, they know exactly how much they're going to get because it's the same each month. So what you do is, for the budget column, this is you having a bit of a guess or an estimate as to how much you think you're going to bring in. The actual column is once you know for sure, or once you've been paid, you can then fill that in to show how much you actually got. Okay, so for those of you that don't know each month what you're going to get paid or what your income's going to be, you can do a budget, meaning you can do an estimate of what you think you're going to get and put that down in your budget. And then when you go back over your finances, once you've received your income, you can then fill in the actual and then calculate the difference. Okay, after the income section, we've got the bill section. So this is where you'd list all of the bills that you have to pay in a particular month, the date that they're due, and again, how much you're budgeting for it and how much it actually was. In my opinion, if it's a bill, it usually is the same amount each month. So you may be able to just skip the budgeting column and just focus on the actual section. Okay. Then we have cash envelopes. This, as I explained in my previous video, cash envelopes, in my opinion, is the money that you carry around with you, the actual cash you carry around with you for things such as food, petrol, personal, maybe a little bit of miscellaneous as well, but this is what you carry around in your wallet or in your purse. Then top right, we have sinking funds, savings, debts, and then the calculations at the end for how you will total everything. So I'm going to fill this in. Like I said, this is not based upon my current income. I'm in the middle of changing jobs and I'm not on payroll yet, so I can't actually do this for my actual income just yet, but I'm going to show you how you would fill it out, because the way that I've seen other YouTubers fill it out at first was very confusing, but now I understand how and why they do it the way they do. So I'm going to show you. I'll try and write like this. So let's start off with income. So let's imagine that I have two streams of income. I have my salary, which I'm going to write here. Okay, I have my salary. Let me zoom in a bit more. I have my salary, and then I have my side hustle. So let's say, for example, for my salary, I know I get the same amount each month. So for my salary, let's say that I get, by the way, I may not have mentioned this, but I'm going to do this in AED because I'm based in Dubai, so I may as well just do it for the currency I earn in, or one of the currencies I earn in. So I'm going to do it for AED. So anyways, let's say I know my salary is going to be, let's say 8,000. Just as an example, 8,000 dirhams per month. For my side hustle, I'm going to, well, for my side hustle, let's say that for that as well, I know what I'm going to get. So let's say that I get 4,000. Okay, so I've got my two streams of income here, my salary, my side hustle. I've put them in the actual column because I get the same amount every month. So I don't need to guess or estimate. I know what I'm getting. Add those two together, 8,000 plus 4,000 will give me an income total of 12,000. Now, this here is what I'm going to use to complete the other categories on the sheet, the other categories I just showed you, okay? So, from my 12,000, first things first, bills, okay? You go to your bills category first and you fill in all of your bills. So, example, rent, car, Netflix. What else would you have to pay for in a month? What else comes out as a direct debit each month? Things like utilities and stuff like that, gas, electric, and all of those sorts of things. Yes, definitely put those in. Gym. Okay, I'm just going to put those four. So I've just put down 4 as an example: rent, car, Netflix, and gym. Due. So what day are these all due? So I'm going to put 20th of the 1st. So let's imagine it's January we're doing this for. Oh, sorry. Car is due on the 12th of the 1st. Netflix comes out on the 29th. That might be wrong. And gym is 31st of the month, or 30th, depending. Okay, now like I said, for bills you shouldn't really, well maybe, I don't know, but for me I wouldn't need to worry about the budget column because it's the same each month. So my rent in dirhams, let's just say, is 2,670. My car payment is 1,050. Netflix is 30 dirhams and gym is 199. And that's it. As an example, that's all for my bills that I have to pay. Okay, now what I need to do first is I need to total my bills. I need to work out how much my bills come to in total. So I'm going to use my calculator for this. I'm going to do 2,670 plus 1,050 plus 30 plus 199 equals 3,949. So that's the total of my bills. So I'm going to write that in here where it says bills total. 3,949. Great. Now where it says amount left, I have to do my income of 12,000, subtract my bills total to see how much money I have left. Okay, so I'm going to do 12,000 minus 3,949 equals, so that's 8,051 dirhams left. So 8,051, and I write that in here, amount left. So that's my bills all accounted for. I've worked out what I need for my bills. I need a total of 3,949, and I've worked out what I would have left once my bills are taken care of. Okay, moving on to cash envelopes. Like I said, this is the cash you carry around with you for things such as food, petrol, personal. So for me, I'm just going to put food, so that would be like groceries, fuel for my car, and I'm going to put personal. So this is any money for myself. Maybe I'm out and I want to buy something and I have the cash to buy something. Now, again, for me, I don't need to budget for it. No, I wouldn't say for me I need to budget for it. Maybe budgeting for it would be good. I don't know if that will help you in your journey, but for me, I know the actual amount that I use for food each month, and it's split with me and my partner, so I know what I need to contribute and what he contributes. So I'm just going to put for what I contribute as an example. So I'm going to say 300 dirhams for fuel, roughly about 100 dirhams a week. So I'm going to put 400 here. And I'll show you why when I get to the sinking funds and savings part. I'll show you why I don't do the budget part. But anyways, personal, I'm going to say 250. Okay, so same thing again. I now need to total my cash envelopes. So I'm going to use my calculator. I don't need to, but 300 plus 4. Oops, let's make sure you guys can see. Plus 400 plus 250 equals 950. Great. So my total for my cash envelopes is 950 dirhams. Now, the total or the amount left from my bills, so the 8,051, I need to now do this amount, subtract the 950. Okay, so I need to do the 8,051, subtract the 950 to see what I would have left after I have now stuffed my cash envelopes. Okay, so I will do 8,051 minus 950. That leaves me with 7,101. So I'm going to put that here where it says amount left. So here, 7,101. Great, okay. Now, I'm even going to zoom out a little bit. Now, you would think that the next place you go to is your sinking funds. However, I've seen so many other budgeting channels and people that do these videos. I've seen them go from cash envelopes to debt. And at first I couldn't work out why. And then I thought, well, actually, when it comes to sinking funds and debts, I feel like debts takes more of a priority to an extent. You want to make sure that your debts are covered, and then whatever you have left over goes towards your sinking funds and savings, or vice versa. But you want to jump to your debts first. Now, in order to do that, what you're going to need to do is first of all know what your debts are. So for me, I'll just say credit card, and then I'll say Tabby, and I'm going to say DHL. Okay, how much are you planning to pay towards each one? So again, I'm going to write that in the actual section here. For me, I just find it easier if I just write in the actual as opposed to budget than actual. So for credit card, let's say 600, and Tabby will say 148, DHL 800. Okay, so I've put that there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, so let me just zoom in a bit. I'm going to take what I had left over from my cash envelope, so the 7,101, and I'm going to subtract the total amount of my debt. So first of all, let me add my debts together. So again, we've got 800 plus 600 plus 148 equals, so debts total is 1,548 dirhams. Okay, now I'm not going to do amount left. Okay, I'm not going to do amount left. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I had left from my cash envelopes, 7101. I'm going to minus the 1548, minus 1548, just so that I know what I am left with when it comes to doing my sinking funds and when it comes to doing my savings. I don't need to write it down yet because this is a zero-based budget. I want to make sure that it flows, and I want to make sure that when I get to debts, I'm left with nothing. And I'll show you what that looks like in a moment. So 5,553 dirhams is what's left for my last two boxes. Okay, I'm going to write that just at the top just to keep note. 5,553. Okay. Now I'm going to go to savings. I'm going to do savings before sinking funds. Again, for me, it's just all about priority. Debts come before these last two. So now I'm going to do savings because in my opinion, savings tops sinking funds. In my opinion, but each to their own. Now for savings, I'll be talking in another video about the savings challenges and how I plan to do my savings for this year. But for savings, for this pay period and for this particular currency, so dirhams, earning in dirhams, I'm going to do my savings a bit different. So savings will be my 100 envelopes. Okay, my 100 envelopes, and I'm going to put here, what did I say I was going to put? I think I said I was going to put rollover. No, I'll keep rollover in mind for a minute, but I'm going to put 100 envelopes. And for 100 envelopes, for me, I want to do it so that I have 100 put away. And it will make sense once I do the next video on how I do my 100 envelope challenge. It will make sense why I put 100 there like that. So if I think of my 5,553 that's remaining, if I subtract the 100, so 5,553 minus 100 is just 5,453. So now I'm going to cross this out, and I've got 5,453 remaining. But I'm not going to write anything in here just yet. Okay, I'm not going to write anything. Now, sinking funds. So let me fill in my sinking funds categories. So I have business. Okay, personal, household, car, social, medical, travel. There was one more. There's one more. Now, if you're wondering where I'm getting my sinking funds categories from, if you watched my last video, you would see where I did this. So in the back, if you remember, I said I'd stick in my budget categories like I did here. If you remember my last video, if you've not watched it, go and watch it, go and check it out. But in my last video, what I did is when I put together all my categories for my budget this year, I also wrote down, let me just zoom in a bit more so you guys can see. Next to each category, I also wrote down SF, CE. SF standing for sinking fund, CE standing for cash envelope. So I already know what my sinking funds are going to be, what categories I'm going to have for my sinking funds, as well as categories for my cash envelopes. So which ones miss? Gifts. Gifts is what's missing from my gifts. So now it makes this part easier because I already know what my sinking funds categories are going to be. Let me zoom back in. So the last one was gifts. Now I have 5,453 dirhams. So I need to think about how much I'm going to sink into all of this here. So I'm going to do, for business, I know what it needs to be, the actual amount. Like I said, I'm focusing on actual. That's 3,000 I need to put aside. That's for the renewal of my business license. Personal, 200. Household, let's just say 100. Car, we'll say 200. Medical, social, sorry. Social, we'll say 200. Medical, we'll say 100. Travel, we'll say 100. Gifts, we'll say 100. Okay, so I've done this. Now I need to do what I did before. For all my other categories, I need to total the amount I'm putting into my sinking funds to make sure that I don't go over my 5,453. So let's just add that up super quick. 3,000 that's 300 plus 200 plus 100 plus 200 plus 200 plus 100 plus 100 plus 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, equals 4,000. Okay, nice round number. Sinking funds total 4,000. Okay. Okay, so now if I zoom out, you'll be able to see that I have all my categories filled in. Zoom out some more. All my categories are filled in. I've not completed my amounts left on this side, but all my categories are filled in. So now I need to check what my overall total is in terms of subtracting each time, and also see if this is all matching up and if there's anything left over, because there might be money that I've not accounted for. Okay, and I'll tell you what I do with that, what I plan to do with that in a second. So we'll start with, from the very top, we'll start with our 12,000 income. I'm going to minus my bills total. That should give me 8,051 minus 3,949 equals, good, so that equals 8,051. Now I'm going to minus my cash envelope total of 950, should give me 7,101, good. Now I'm going to minus my sinking funds total. So zoom in some more. 7,101 minus 4,000, 3,101. Good. So I'm going to write that in here. My amount left is 3,101. Then for cash envelopes, I said I just wanted to put in 100. So 3,101 minus 100 will just give me 3,001. I'm not going to put that in just yet because I have a feeling, just doing general maths here, I have a feeling I'm going to have a lot of money left over, so I don't want to just put that in just yet. But I'm going to do 3,001 minus my debts total of 1,548 minus 1,548 equals 1,453 remaining. So I now need to, because it's a zero-based budget, we don't just want to leave money unallocated. So I need to decide what I'm going to do with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to allocate more money towards my savings. Okay, so I have two savings challenges, one based upon what I earn in the UAE, one based upon the UK. So what I might do is put 53. So I'm going to make this one. Let me just write it again, just so that it doesn't become messy. I'm just going to write it again. So for my 100 envelope challenge, I'm going to add an extra 53. So if we minus the 53, that's now 1,400 left. I'm going to send 400 to the UK, to my UK account for my savings in the UK. So 400 dirham over to the UK. Just again to make sure that I'm allocating my money where it needs to go. So minus 400. And then the 1,000, what I want to do is I want to start a rollover. So money that I bring from one month to the other, just in case there's a shortage or just in case I need money to make sure that at least my cash envelopes are stuffed or my bills are covered. So I'm going to just create a rollover here and I'm going to pull it under savings. So this will be money I carry to next month, and that's just going to be the 1,000 that's left. Okay, now I just need to quickly add up my savings to see what the total is. So I have 100 plus 53 plus 400 plus 1,000. So that's 1,553 savings total. Amount left. So let's go back to what we had left up here, 3,101. So we're going to do 3,101 minus 1,553 leaves us with, oh, can you guys see? Nope. Leaves us with 1,548. 1,548 minus the 1,548 leaves us with 0. And there we have a zero-based budget. Just to check everything matches up, I'm going to fill in the total. I'll probably speed this part up, but I'm going to fill in the budget summary down here. So my income total was 12,000. Like I said, if you want to write in the budget column, write in the budget column. I'm writing in the actual because I just think it's more manageable for me, but I might change that as I go along, who knows. My bills total. So like I said, my bills total was 3,949. My cash envelopes total was 950. My sinking funds total was 4,000. My savings total was 1,553. And then my debts total 1,548. Remaining, there should be 0. If it's a zero-based budget, there should be 0 down here. Okay, there should be 0 left. Okay, so let me just run through this and see one last time. So we'll do 12,000 minus 3,949 minus 950 minus 4,000 minus 155. Oh, what did I say? Minus 1,553 minus 1,548 equals 0. Okay, equals 0. So that means it all adds up. So got there in the end. This is how I plan to do my paycheck budget. Okay, I'll do these at the start of the month, possibly at the start of the month. I need to see when I get paid from this new job that I'll be doing, but I probably will do this towards the start or end of a month. I'll work out everything like this and use my actual figures and my actual numbers. And then I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm stuffing, I know how much money I'm allocating, and that just keeps me accountable for my finances basically, and it helps me get on a better track. And yeah, so I will end the video there. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end, give me a thumbs up please, and hit the subscribe button. Follow me on my journey so we can all be accountable together. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.